I never had much of a connection with card games growing up. What seemed to already have a high barrier of entry, monetary-wise, into being a physical version of gacha games, which came as a big surprise when I realized most of my time in the recent 2 weeks was spent playing Pokemon. Pocket Monsters trading card game Pocket is the latest installment by Dina Games as an attempt to further milk the famous IP. Gameplay is simple: pick a pack, pull 5 cards, you get 2 a day, and try to build a deck. There's also Wonder Pick, which lets you get 1 random card out of a selection of 5. You can do this life hack with Wonder Pick by just flipping a phone over. And if you're so inclined to speed up the dopamine rush, consider buying their subscription model. Keep it for free instead by cancelling your subscription trial immediately after buying it. Don't worry about it, we've been caught greedy so many times, you really won't hurt our feelings if you do this. Gacha in this game is a mixed bag. On one hand, the drop rates are decent and you get plenty of pulls early on. Sadly, the odds are really against you if you have a specific target, which will slowly become an issue once you are halfway done with a deck you are currently building, which brings in the question, how free-to-play friendly is this game? The boring answer is, you don't really need to compete with others in this game. All the rewards worth of them are given just for participating, but that's not what you want to hear, so I should explain what it's like to play optimally. This game can be treated completely as a side game that you log in for 1 minute a day, just pull your packs and log out, without battling at all. When you start the game, you're gonna get a random EX Pokemon, and you should consider building a deck around them. Don't bother hoarding your hourglasses, as you need something to get off the ground. Realistically, this will get you a deck or 2 that's around halfway done after doing so. Now use the points you accumulated from opening packs to buy the most important missing pieces of the deck. For reference, this might just be anecdotal, but I managed to build 5 competitive decks within a week out of a total of 500 cards. They aren't as perfect as they could have been, but are strong enough to compete with the general player base. While you spend the rest of the week trying to get the final pieces of the deck, don't forget to buy the generic support cards and you're ready to battle. To start a battle, pick a versus match, any match. It's not going to matter as it gives the same XP for winning, and you're gonna meet some smartass in beginner's match who thinks he's gaming the system by playing their shiny quad EX deck only to get matched with someone his own size immediately. While they're busy measuring deck sizes, you'll be busy losing. A lot of losing. Defeat is often the best teacher, and hopefully by the end of it, you pick up the shortcomings of your deck. There are many strategies and many decks in this game, but they will all ultimately crumble with enough bad luck.
Please, Pete, I need this! My mom is kind of homeless.
Look at you smiling, bro! You disrespectful as bro. You don't like your fans? You don't like your fans? Why are you laughing?
So don't get discouraged to give it a try. Your job is to build a deck that you find is the most fun as you can with whatever your account has, which is why there's no reason for me to explain the best decks and mechanics, but instead let me share stories of my favorite decks that I made. When the game gave me 2 Golden Crown Charizards, I knew shit was about to go down. He can kill anything in the game and can face tank most water types. He does take forever to set up and do next to nothing before that, so to that end, I'm using a Pokemon that is so front load heavy that it will hopefully draw attention away from my Charmander. Enter Rapidash with Blaine. He doesn't take much energy away from Charizard and has enough bulk to survive even Pikachu. The best part about Rapidash is when you start turn 1 with all the pieces in place to catch unsuspecting victims off guard. My favorite team to play is a Victory Bell, an Executor. He's one of the few Pokemons that is good to go first with, and you can plop him down early without worrying due to his respectable HP stat, and he's not even the best part about the team, because whenever he fails enough coin flips and allow enemies to escape, you can punish that false sense of security by dragging them back to finish them off with Victory Bell. And when they place down new basics to fruitlessly prepare for a counter strat, keep bullying them by finishing off that basic or the active Pokemon, leaving your opponents with nothing but a feeling of anguish and incompetence. Last but certainly not least, my Psychic deck, Gardevoir and Double Golurk. You see, following a passionate letter that was sent to me regarding my overusage of Mewtwo, stating that I am pay-to-win trash and is single-handedly making this game a cesspool, even though it's one of the easier EX decks to build in this game, but simply changing that Mewtwo into a Golurk is a-okay in their book, and I have done absolutely nothing wrong. In truth, this deck is generally unimpressive. It needs a third Pokemon to deal with early game enemies, and Golurk will probably be attacked before you can get any payoff from him, but it is that one small moment, that small chance where everything falls into place, and Golurk hits double head, leaving both players speechless. Sometimes, the double head from Golurk's attack became such a core memory to the opponent that the fear of potentially getting hit by it again is so great that they just concede on the spot. Moments like this is what keeps me going on the daily. With all that said, there is a bigger elephant in the room that needs addressing: gacha PvP. Really, weren't you the most skeptical of all people about this design choice? I agree, and can honestly see this game practicing all the common mistakes of usual gacha games. But as of the recording of this video, there are few key designs that help turn this into a somewhat free-to-play experience. Mainly, this game has no grinding, no gear leveling. Every single card you pull does their job right out of the box. Of course, there are cards that rely on other rare cards, but EX becomes redundant after pulling a second copy or a non-EX version of that Pokemon. In conclusion, I really enjoyed my time as a side game. It scratches that collecting and PvP itch without much time investment needed. I do, however, have some critiques, namely for something that's trying to present itself as a casual-friendly side game, it sure punishes losing a bit too harshly. This might be because fighting has no stamina and they don't want players to spam concede in order to farm XP. The better solution might be to reward players based on the points they acquired throughout the game instead of laser focusing on purely winning. Maybe they hope to fully separate the players into PvP only hardcore focus and the casuals that treat this as a card opening sim. Another thing worth mentioning is this game ultimately doesn't have a lot of effort put into it. Animations are copy-pasted and generic. The UI is pretty bland and there's not much else to do after PvP and the expert challenges. The immersive cards when you pull them are neat, but you're only ever going to see them once, and I want them to apply the same love into the EX Pokemon attack animations. I'll be lying if I say I wasn't playing this purely because of the IP, as with many others, and the devs doesn't seem keen on giving back to its players outside of simple lip service. But we will have to see how this game is handled moving forward and if they can evolve past the honeymoon phase. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Do leave a like and subscribe, and I hope to catch you all on my streams and the next video.